Angelica Scurry, the host of The Town is Talking, and I'd like to welcome you to a very special Emerging Designers edition of The Town is Talking. On today's show, we have two of the city's top emerging designers. We have Mike Smith of Raw Customs and Louis Michael of House of Naughty. Stay tuned, you're watching The Town is Talking. I'd like to welcome my first guest to the show today, Jacksonville and New York designer, Louis Michael of House of Naughty. Louis, thanks so much for being on the show today, hon.
All right, anything for you, I got you.
Oh, so as you know, I love the House of Naughty. You know, I live, breathe, sleep, everything House of Naughty. You know, you are my favorite designer. You know, you my boo. We get down like four flats on, you know, side of the road. You know, we like Riri and Azalea Banks.
Yeah, we're two amazing people.
Two amazing people who are top of our games. Tell everybody about your brand, House of Naughty.
Okay, so yeah, so like, you know, I got started with this back when I was in high school, and I was just interested in it. Then I was making shirts, different clothing for different events, and people just saying I was really good at it. And I never really took the time to think about it because I was like just all about popularity. I never really cared about like, you know, education or academics because I was just like, I loved clothing. And that was just like my main focus. So it was like going to college, I didn't know what to do. So I did choose something. I went for psychology and went to UWC, Brown. And that was awesome, but there I got to experience like different people from different cities. So there I was able to like grow this love for fashion from like different places, not just from Jacksonville. Exactly. So that was really cool. So from that, I was able to meet these new people and then really form House of Naughty, because that's why it's so different. And that's because of my like, all my like, my life I've done these different things, so I like try to bring that into my clothes.
So you work with a lot of big names in the fashion industry, entertainment industry. To name a few, he's worked with Cherie Whitfield of Real Housewives of Atlanta and also Angela Simmons. He's also got the chance to meet Russell Simmons and Swiss Beats. So tell us about those experiences.
Okay, yeah, well, that's crazy. The first time I moved to New York, well, I only moved there once, and I had never seen New York ever when I moved there in 2009. And I was there for a matter of maybe like 4 weeks. It was in the middle of August, so September Fashion Week was coming up, and I had heard of Cherie Whitfield from Housewives of Atlanta. She was going to be doing a show, and I bumped into her at the fabric store, like literally ran into her shoulder to shoulder. And since I watched the show, I was able to say, good luck on your show in New York. Right. My classmates didn't know what I was talking about because they didn't watch the show at the time. 2 days later, I kid you not, I got the call and they asked me would I be the head stylist for her fashion show.
That's amazing.
And I had just started school, art school in New York, and I was like sure. So when I got there, I was like, that was really amazing. So that was like my first big like connection. Yeah, my first big break and connection. Then I started to actually work at a boutique in the city, which is actually really cool. It's actually inside of an old church, so it's known for its old nightclubs and celebrities. So from there is how I was able to work with Russell Simmons and Swiss Beats on their clothing line inside of our store. So I had to help sell the products as well as show them at an actual fashion show, which is really cool. Then I got to work with Angela Simmons. I had to sell on her website. So all these things have like, you know, been awesome. But like, I think one of my most memorable times was the time I got to meet Jessica White I was telling you about.
Oh, I love her. She's
model.
Amazing.
Like, she's beautiful, and she's a black model, and she's just like, she's awesome. So that was like one of my like moments I like had to geek out. Like, but then meeting Russell Simmons was like, that was crazy. Touching all that money, I'm a thought. I love money. But yeah, it's like that.
I love it. So from there, I know that you also had the privilege and honor to have a lot of your designs showcased in New York Fashion Week. Tell everybody about that experience.
Okay, well yeah, that's something I was able to like do after I was in school for like 2 years, and I started to work at this boutique, and from that boutique I was able to meet stylists from BET, and they were having a showcase, and I found out about this, and I was able to showcase my clothing and also have it sold. That's how I got the connect for Angela Simmons fashion show, and it was during a September Fashion Week, and it was in New York, and it was like one of the most, it was like really crazy, really big thing to like have your clothing shown on such a
high platform, a pedestal.
Exactly, because I'm just like, you know, just a little boy from Jacksonville, and then like I'm there, and then like something like that happened, and it was really cool. It was like, Yeah, you never really know how big something is until you're there. You know, because a picture shows you, but once you're there living it, it's like it's a whole nother world. But that was like, yeah, really awesome. It's definitely as terrifying as it seems on Project Runway.
Exactly.
That's how terrifying it really is.
Oh, I bet it is. I bet it is. Designing is not easy, and a lot of people think that it is, but it's really a hard thing because you have to get all these different layouts and plans made. You know, you have to have
pieces and
production.
I gotta like people and stuff like that. Like,
it's a lot of work that goes into design.
I gotta get on Twitter and Instagram. These thumbs be hurting. I bet. Time for all that.
So I know. Trust me. I'm like a newbie in the designer world, so I'm kind of sort of experienced in that.
But and I have to do all that. But you already know, with being a single brand, being just you as yourself, you have to do so much. And you really do. You're a one-man team. Yes, so you want to make sure you're hands-on. So that's why, like, it just, whenever you see these shows, you see people doing things like hands-on, like, that's a lot.
So besides all the out-of-town shows in New York and industry people that Louis has had a chance to work with, I also had the honor of having his beautiful and gorgeous and outrageous and crazy designs in my first fashion show, the Fierce Fashion Extravaganza Runway Show, back in September of last year. He was my headlining designer. He was amazing. It was so much fun. I got to model a couple of beautiful pieces from him. But you know, I love that disco dress I was rocking, boy. That thing was like azalea-like, boy.
I love sparkles. I love anything that's like, I love working with music artists. That's why I love working. That's why I love music. So if you see a lot of things I do, and so I'm always talking about music because like my clothes are they're like made for music almost, because like I listen to so many different genres of music.
Exactly.
Like I really I listen to everything. So like when you see my clothes and I play music, you're like, oh, I see why he made that, because I made it to that song. So usually, you might see anything from disco to French fries to animal prints to spring, summer, winter, fall, everything from. I don't like to discriminate between the seasons. I like them just to be there. Exactly, and he uses like the best fabrics as well. Like you just never know what you're gonna get with him. He's so unpredictable, but I mean his line is just everything. Yeah, but it's in a naughty and fashionable way though. That's why they call him House of Naughty. So people ask me like, that's why I make so many things.
You're a visionary like we are.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you are.
And every night I make something. Like I make a different piece of clothing, like at least every night or something. That's awesome. Because this is just like it's like a touch of it. This is all the things I had to like pull away from, you know? Like I had so many other things, but it's like I use my sewing machine as a sketchbook because I don't like to sketch.
I know you don't use patterns at all. I
don't like sketching.
My mom's that way too.
I like starting from a sketch. I can't.
It's just too simple and plain. It's really with the sketch you can't really describe your personality.
I like to go right into the stitching, let me get right to it, and then once I get into the stitching and I put it on the body, then I'll go back. You make your story out of that piece. And then I go back and I can sketch it, which sounds so weird, but it's like, it's just better. I have to see it on someone to then make it like, but like I have to make it because my brain just like, it's crazy. It thinks so much.
So Louis also has an upcoming fashion show here in Jacksonville. It will be for One Spark, which is a huge event that is thrown every year downtown. It's kind of like an art walk that's like twice the size of Art Walk. And it's going to be April the 8th for Mimi TV. Tell everybody about that. What are they going to expect to see in that show?
Well, from this show, that show on the 8th, what I'm going to do, I got a lot of different ideas, but I think I've got them all together. And this collection is very eccentric, it's very eclectic, it's very colorful. It's definitely binding the 90s rave with a little bit of like the early 2000s rave and trying to mix that together. And then, yeah, I'm really big into circle skirts right now. So there'll definitely be like lots of circle skirts. That's gonna be good. Lots of circle skirts and joggers for the guys because I love joggers. They're like so easy to put on. You just put them on.
They're so comfortable.
Yeah. So that's definitely what is to be expected. I'm usually known for like a lot of spandex this time.
And form-fitting stuff.
Yeah, form-fitting things. So that's like definitely what it'll be exact. Like it's gonna be with the form-fitting because that was the 90s. Yeah, the form-fitting top with the big baggy bottoms. That's basically what I'm gonna bring. I'm gonna give you like the 90s, like regurgitated on the runway a little bit.
But then you're also gonna give us something new as well too, with what's in with the latest fashion trends.
I'm definitely gonna give you a lot of what we're seeing now is what we're seeing now is a lot of these like split designs here and a lot of these like big graphics that are like really big and important because like I love print. I love print, and then I love mesh. I love to be barely wearing clothing. I love clothes, but I like to barely wear them.
Oh, you know me too.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we get along.
That's why it's House
and
of
I'll
Naughty.
also be modeling for the House of Naughty at this One Spark event too.
So that'd be
I love
awesome.
collaborating with you, so I'm
do such a
excited
good
for this
job.
new stuff.
I'm ready for
Thank
it.
you. So tell everybody where they can find you out on social media.
All right. Well, if you're looking for me on Instagram, you can find me at House of Naughty. That's HOUSEOFNAUGHTY. You can also use that for your Facebook like page. I definitely have a great, huge following there. I have people following me there from different places, so if that's what you use, go on Facebook, House of Naughty as well. And if you're looking to purchase any of my items, you can go to my House of Naughty, one word, at .bigcartel.com right now. And then on April 8th, we're going to do a big launch. I'm going to have a new site, and it'll just be houseofnaughty.com coming April 8th. So yeah.
Make sure you look out for that website as well too. And Boo, thanks so much for being on the show today.
Anytime, anything for you, I got you.
You know I love you, Boo.
I love you
and stay tuned, because right now we are getting ready to showcase some of Lewis's new collection. So stay tuned on The Town is Talking.
Yeah.
next designer is very raw, very talented. He can create any type of design, any type of drawing, any type of artwork or piece that you would want on a custom shoe. I'd like to welcome to the show my next guest, Mike Smith of Raw Customs. Thanks so much for being on the show today, Mike.
Thank you, AG.
Okay, so tell everybody who may not know much about your brand, Raw Customs. Tell everybody about that.
Okay, Raw Customs regenerated in when I was up north, and I used to work for a company called PMK, Pimp My Kicks, and they trained me in how to make the shoe look manufactured, pretty much how to lay the paint, with the colors, the patterns, the insides, the outs. So I learned all that education from up north and brought it down south, and I'm here to show Jacksonville a whole new style of cheering.
And you definitely are. I mean, you're making major moves. I mean, this guy is so gifted, so talented, and blessed with what he does. I mean, he could just do it right off the top of his head. If you see something in his mind, he's a very visual designer. So anything you may want or anything that he may think of in his mind, he could definitely put it on a shoe, anything you want. So that's why I wanted to showcase him today, because I mean, this dude has amazing and insane talent. So tell everybody about the style of designs that you do with these custom shoes that you do.
Well, most of them come from the streets, dealing with different people, talking to them on the phone, and getting an idea of their personality is how I get my designs. It's pretty much being out in the open. All my visions just pretty much come off the brain. No mock-ups, no stencils, none of that. All of that is just straight off the brain, original art. No spray paint, no airbrush, straight paintbrush, water and paint.
And I know you have big plans with your company, Raw Customs. Tell everybody about the plans and upcoming things that you have that you're working on now with it.
Right now, I'm pretty much just building on the website, and I'm actually trying to open a store in Jacksonville, just nothing but custom shoes, because I think that is something that'll be big in Jacksonville for, like, you know, new trend for the young crowd and the older crowd. So you don't have to walk around with the same sneakers somebody else has, you know what I'm saying?
Agreed. And I really feel like in this community of Jacks, I really feel that that's what we need, because you really don't see it anywhere, which that's what makes you stand out from the rest. And you know, nobody else is doing it. So big ups to what you're doing. And I just want to motivate you and encourage you to keep going, because what you have could definitely be something that could expand beyond Jacksonville. You know, I really do believe in your work that much that, you know, it would be, you know, a household name or a household company just for custom shoes. And I know that you work with several celebrities. One to name is will.i.am. Tell everybody about those experiences.
Working with the celebrities is a little complicated because it's not as easy. They want it right then and there. You really don't, you won't get any sleep. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have 5 or 10 pair of shoes to do, and celebrities, they hit you up and they paying $1,500 for a pair of sneakers. So they want it the same day.
Exactly.
So it's like, you know, Justin Bieber, he was cool. will.i.am was another one of my favorites, and the Fat Joe, we actually did him the Fat Joe Puerto Rican sneaker. I did the Arnie Barnes, and I did DJ Kid Capri. Shout out to DJ Kid Capri. You know what I'm saying? He's one of my favorites too. You know, and we did Exhibit, the Rebel Flag sneakers.
That's a throwback there.
Yeah. It was a good experience, and it's cool working with a lot of them. It's not really the celebrity, it's the security guard you have to worry about, actually.
I bet. So with your brand, which is huge here in Jacksonville. I mean, I can't even go a day without going on your page or even like reading my news feed and seeing all of these different designs that you put out and people requesting you to, you know, draw portraits, which I know you've been doing a long time. He also used to do custom t-shirts.
Yes.
But I guess for that, you know, his mind is just so out of the box till he just took it to a whole nother level with, you know, designing custom kicks. So with that being said, you've already made a lot of major moves in the industry. What's next for you with your company?
Going franchise, you know, and I just want to make my goal is to make my own sneaker, and I haven't really got the plans out for it yet, but I do have an idea what I would like the sneaker to look like, and that's pretty much my goal, is for one of my sneakers to be sitting in, you know, the store, Foot Locker, Athlete, whatever store you walk in that has a shoe company, or shoe sneaker store, whatever like that. I want my sneaker to sit in there.
And you'll definitely get there, because like I said, if you've already done all of this in such a short amount of time, then you're already halfway there. So just make sure, you know, you keep doing what you're doing, and, you know, you'll get there, like I said. Mike has definitely shared a lot of his top secret projects that he's working on, and when I tell you it's insane and crazy, it is insane and crazy. So make sure you stay tuned for his newest and latest work that he has. This dude is definitely talented. I mean, dope work is not even like the word to describe it. It's basically an understatement. But right now, I want you all to, I want him to show you a few samples of his work, so stay tuned for that. So now, basically, we're just gonna give you a little sample of some of his work. So let's take a look at the before of the sneaker. And here is the after look of it, which is amazing. All airbrushed and hand painted by Mike himself. And this is just a little taste of what you can expect with him, but I mean, this dude does crazy designs. I love his work.
These sneakers right here, these are the Holy Bibles, the Old Testament and the New Testament.
And it says Holy right here on the front of it, and then the other says Bible. And then on the side of the shoe, what does it say?
This is the Old Testament, this is the New Testament. And I actually wanted this shoe to look like the Holy Bible, so that's why it's the midnight blue with the bronze color. And then the red is for the inside of the Bible that splits the pages. That's what the red represents.
God-given talent indeed. Well, I mean, there you have it, folks. I mean, those are two samples of his work, but like I said, I mean, he does a whole lot more. So I will be giving you some more images of work on this show, but like I said, big ups to you, and let everybody know where they can find you at on social media.
You can find me on my IG at Raw Artwork, RAWARTWORK. My Facebook, you can find me at my real name, Michael S. Smith.
Thanks so much for being on the show today.
No doubt.
Awesome. It was definitely an honor and a pleasure, and
I was glad that we're actually happy to be here.
I'm very glad that you were, happy to be here. I'm happy for you to be here. Like I said, this meant a lot to me, but I mean, the fact that somebody as talented and as gifted as you are was on this show, I mean, it made a huge difference. So thanks for making my day.
You're welcome.
Thank all of my special guests for being a part of the show today for this very special Emerging Designers edition of The Town is Talking. I'd like to thank Mike Smith of Raw Customs, Lewis Michael of House of Naughty, and special thank you and big shout out to Mimi TV Studios for providing the location of the shoot today. Until next time on The Town is Talking, let's keep the town talking.
All black Maybach, but I'm not a racist. Inside's whiter than Katy Perry's faces. Yellow diamonds in my Jesus. I just might learn to speak Mandarin. Japanese for the yen that I'm handling. International hoe, that's my handle. My Saint Changon, light a candle. El Gran Santo on the mantle. In case y'all didn't know, I speak Spanish too. Shout out the Worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess. Yes, still rock live familiar. Says a lot about you if you're not feeling us. I'm back in my bag. My eyes bloodshot, but my jet don't lag. A pair of Jordan 3s trying to chase this cash. Gucci airbag just in case we crash. Last night was mad trill. I'm fresh out of Advil, Jesus rather will.